We are now less than 2 weeks away from the Senate primary elections in Tennessee. This is the race for the seat that Lamar Alexander will vacate. Now, last week we heard from the two candidates polling at the top on the Republican side, Bill Hagerty and Manny Sethi. But when you get your ballot, you're going to find 15 Republicans running or 5 Democrats. It's a big field. Tonight we talked to 2 more candidates running for this Senate seat. If you've seen George Flynn's campaign ads, then you've likely heard he supports President Trump, as he told us, quote, as long as he is working with conservative values. But he criticizes candidates Bill Hagerty and Manny Sethi for having, quote, blind loyalty to the president. We had a long conversation with George Flynn about many topics, including COVID-19.
I'm an ultrasound physician, and I can see a heartbeat as early as 5 weeks. And I know that's a human life. And at the other end of the spectrum, I think we need to protect our older people. So right to life doesn't end with birth. I think people have a right to life, and that's why we should really attack the COVID-19 pandemic that we're having.
I talked to the Republican candidate this week from his office in Memphis.
You know, our hospital right now in Shelby County is full. And it's so full, we've got 45 patients waiting in the emergency room for beds because we're just full. The intensive cares are full. And it is a deadly disease. It is not to be feared. It is to be respected.
We also talked about campaigns during COVID-19. He says if you're having a campaign event, you need to wear a mask.
Do not do this to other people. The election is not worth this. Please, for goodness sakes, you know, get your vote some other way. Be on more TV, make phone calls, but don't be face to face with people without a mask and maintain social distancing.
Dr. George Flynn wrote a book about his ideas. You can find all that information on his website. We also talked to Democratic candidate James Mackler. He says he spent a big part of his childhood here in Chattanooga.
My parents got divorced when I was fairly young, and I wound up splitting my time, but I spent most of my time, summer vacations and holidays in particular, with my dad in Chattanooga. He's a doctor there, and had my first job at 212 Marketplace.
We talked about issues including health care and the opioid crisis. Mackler is an Iraq War veteran who says he wants to work to improve the VA system.
Congress has starved the VA. There are 50,000 unfilled positions at the Veterans Administration right now. So they fail to fund them. They don't give them the resources they need in order to fulfill their mission.
And Mackler told me he has received care from the VA. He says the people he's met have been dedicated to service members, but they don't have the resources they need. You can learn more about both of these candidates on their campaign websites. You can find the story we did with Manny Sethi and Bill Hagerty as well on NewsChannel9.com. The primary elections for this Senate seat are August 6th.